Yeah, so if you haven't heard, the WNBA released their schedule, got the notifications from the WNBA app. I'm gonna try to be respectful. So, look, this is what I want to say. In the future, just wait to after free agency. You don't know. It's too many big pieces to move, and in the future, it's gonna be big pieces to move. So just let the pieces move, and then matchups will make more sense. For example, if Candace leave Chicago, then that makes Chicago a little less interesting, but it also could be a possible first matchup wherever, LA versus Chicago, something like that. If Stewie leaves Seattle, then the May 20th matchup with the Aces, and it's supposed to be like a rematch because it was such a competitive conference finals. Well, that matchup don't even make sense no more if Stewie Lee, Sue Bird retired. So it's Jewel Lloyd versus that. Like, nobody ain't gonna want to see that. Not for an early game season. Like, it's not the same team. It's just some of the matchups on the schedule. For me, it's just like, why is this an early game? Like, what are you built? What story are you trying to tell? Like, these early game matchups, like in the NBA Christmas game, like special dates, and opening date is a special date. It should be telling a story and something that you could sell and gather in the casual fan. Not you're not looking at the die hard. This is for the casual. Like, you telling the story. Oh, this, and this. So I got some suggestions, but let's take a look at the trailer and let's take a look at the schedule, and then I'm gonna come with my suggestions on what should have been the matchups. I think more input from the outside maybe need to be included. Like, maybe you have a Twitter space and you have everybody chime in this within the Twitter world, or somehow, or people doing commentary with the people doing commentary on the league. Just add, like, it's still an early league, so you can kind of poll and you can try different things the other more established league don't have to do, that you can get a better gauge of the post of what people want to see, or do a poll on your Twitter. Like, what matchups would you be more interested in? So the people really feel involved for an opening night game, and you might get more viewership because of that. So let's go to the trailer. Hold on.
It's time. It's here, and it's time to get excited. WNBA 2023 schedule has been released. May 19th, 2023, tip-off is for the 27th season. Head to WNBA.com for the full schedule release. And while you're at it, be sure to tweet at the WNBA and let us know who your favorite matchups are this upcoming season.
All right, so that's that. Now let's go look at and see what they saying. So we're on WNBA.com. 2023 WNBA regular season tips off Friday, May 19th, featuring record high 40 games per in-league 27th season. All 12 teams begin quest for a WNBA championship presented by CarMax. Las Vegas Aces start title defense versus Seattle Storm on Saturday, May 20th. And that's what I'm talking about. If Stewie not there, that matchup doesn't make sense. Commissioner Cup presented by Coinbase, AT&T WNBA All-Star Highlight 2023 schedule. November 30th, 2022, the WNBA released its game schedule for the 2023 season, which will begin on Friday, May 19th, and feature a record-high 40 games per team. All 12 teams will be in action during the opening weekend of the league's 27th regular season as part of the WNBA Tip-Off 2023 presented by CarMax. The regular season will conclude on Sunday, September 10th, followed by the WNBA playoffs presented by Google. The WNBA will unveil its complete television and streaming schedule at a later date. We eagerly anticipate tipping off the 2023 season and building on the success of last season. Now, this the other thing. You want opening night to have as high ratings as possible. How do you know how to maximize viewership and ratings if you don't know where key players is going to be? So this is kind of, for me, like, it's jumping the gun. It just doesn't make sense. Which was our most watched in 14 years and set records for social media engagement, digital consumption, and merchandise sales, said WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. The expanded schedule will provide fans a greater opportunity to see the best players in the world compete on the biggest stage. WNBA Tip-Off 2023 presented by CarMax will begin with 4 games on Friday, May 19th, when two-time WNBA All-Star Natasha Howard, 2022 All-WNBA First-Team Selection Sabrina Ionescu, 2021 WNBA All-Star Laney, and the New York Liberty meet 2022 WNBA All-Defensive Team Selections Ariel Atkins, Monster, and Natasha Cloud, Beast. Two-time Kia WNBA MVP Elena Delle Donne and the host Washington Mystics at 7 p.m. Connecticut, which reached the WNBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV last season. Y'all ain't got to put all the sponsors when y'all writing the joint. Like, you know, we understand y'all got to shout the sponsors out when the broadcast is on. When we reading the article, we don't need every single sponsor. Will also make its 2023 debut when former Kia WNBA MVP Jonquel Jones and Alyssa Thomas, who recorded the first 2 triple-doubles in finals history last season, led the Sun into Indiana to face the Fever, which owns the number 1 overall pick in the 2023 WNBA draft presented by State Farm. The opening night schedule will also feature WNBA All-Stars Nafisa Collier and Kayla McBride, and the Minnesota Lynx hosting the Chicago Sky at 8 p.m. and the Los Angeles Sparks welcoming the Phoenix Mercury. See, I would have did. You got Kurt Lee going to L.A. We seen the big blow up he had on the sideline with Connecticut. You sent him against his old team real early. He got to run to the smoke. That's the matchup that makes sense. The only way that you switch that up, I think, if Candace goes to L.A., I don't know, even if Kansas go to L.A., because it's a bigger matchup putting the Sun with Candace in L.A. versus the Spark. That matchup just make more sense. You can wait on the Candace going back to Chicago. I just think you do Kurt versus his old team, and that's a bigger buzz. Opening weekend action will continue on Saturday, May 20th, when 2022 All WNBA First Team Selection Kelsey Plum, reigning Kia MVP Asia Wilson, and Kia Most Improved Player Jackie Young, the defending champion Las Vegas Aces, visit 4-time WNBA All-Star Jewel Lloyd and the Seattle Storm in a rematch of their thrilling 2022 WNBA semifinal series. See, now they know that Stewie might not be there because they didn't even put her in the building. But how you ain't got Gray? You know Gray did all that in the finals and playoffs, so y'all can be mentioning her name. Later that day, 2022, Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year, Ryan Howard and the Atlanta Dream visit the Dallas Wings led by Arike Ogunbowale, who has ranked among the league's top 5 scorers in each of her 4 seasons at 8 p.m. Now, for this matchup, I would have did Ryan versus Sabrina. And because, look, remember Atlanta was in the playoffs and New York got hot at the end, and they end up taking Atlanta's spot. That's a build-up. And then also, who is the future face of the league? Is it Ryan Howard? You playing on that race thing? You know, you got the Black Star and Ryan Howard, and you got the White Star and Sabrina. We seen this happen with Magic, but like, it's just a nice play, a nice build-up. And then you also got New York, Atlanta, old black Mecca, Harlem, all that, and you got new black Mecca, Atlanta, the old face of hip-hop, New York, the new face of hip-hop, Atlanta. You know the history between New York and Atlanta within the culture. Come on now. Like, how y'all miss this? The WNBA will conclude its opening weekend on Sunday, May 21st, when Connecticut hosts Washington, Indiana visits New York, and 2021 WNBA Finals MVP Kalia Copper and the Chicago Sky visit Diamond the Shields and the Phoenix Mercury at 4 p.m. So, let me see. The Commissioner Cup in-season tournament, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be August 15th. More details. The All-Star Game. The AT&T WNBA All-Star Game will be played on Saturday, July 15th. More information come. I seen somebody talking about Toronto, so that I guess that'd be a nice test run. So, now I want to go to... Y'all let me know in the comments. Am I tripping with my matchup? Like, wouldn't y'all want to see Sabrina versus Ryan headline the future of that's that matchup opening up? Who is the future? They and coming in, Sabrina Ionescu and the New York Liberty knocked off the Atlanta from the playoffs last season. We know they feeling some type of way coming into this game about, you know what I mean, like, just building that hype like that. The 2023 schedule, I want to go down to Windsor. Windsor had a nice article. I like what LaChina Robinson said, too. She said, really cool to have the WNBA schedule early. If there is another wild free agency period, though, some of these matchups could look different come May, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why not wait? Why not wait? I'm trying to see what's the post of the people. But let's go to Windsor real quick. Gaming Society said, happy WNBA schedule drop day to all who celebrate. What games are you looking forward to? Aaliyah's first game. Number 2, Aces versus the Sun. Now, that's going... No, you know who I want to see? If Candace stayed in Chicago, I would want to see Candace versus the Sun, too. Not like... That one had to be first. If she stayed in Chicago, that could be on the first 2 games. But if she went to L.A., I want to see Candace versus the Sun either way, whether she in L.A. or Chicago. That's what I'm saying. You got to wait to schedule these matchups. The Mercury versus the Sky. Why would I want to see that? Stewie's first game with the Liberty. Yeah, now if she go to the Liberty, that's who I would want the Aces to play opening. Like, no waiting. We gonna see what it look like early. We know it doesn't tell the full story of what it's gonna look like later on, but just throw her right into the fire and, throw the Aces in that smoke too. Aces versus anyone, to be honest. All right, let's go to Windsor. I like how they wrote up. So, shout out to Miles. This afternoon, the WNBA announced the full 2023 schedule. As announced last summer at the All-Star Game, the league will play a record 40 games this year, starting on Friday, May 19th, and running unencumbered through to Sunday. You put too much right there. Through Sunday, September 10th. This is a welcome change from the last 3 seasons, which saw a condensed COVID bubble season in 2020, a lengthy Olympic break in 2021, and a compressed season with the FIBA World Cup in Australia looming on the back end of 2022. We eagerly anticipate tipping off the 2023 season and building on the success of last season, which was our most watched in 14 years and set records for social media engagement, digital consumption, and merchandise sales, said Kathy Engelbert. The expanding schedule, blah, blah, blah. We haven't even hit free agency yet, but if the coaching carousel is any indication, yeah, Connecticut, Dallas, blah, blah, blah. And while the end of last season saw Hoopers hang it up, young talent is on the horizon. With their first ever overall pick in hand, Indiana Fever are in position to select Aaliyah Boston out of South Carolina, with the playoff drought stretching back to 2016. Could she be the generational piece that, alongside of Kelsey Mitchell and Alyssa Smith, returns Indiana to the postseason? There are a few matchups that I spied from the jump. The Las Vegas Aces, who have already secured extensions from their core, began their title defense on the road against the Seattle Storm Saturday, May 20th. The aforementioned Fever face off against the Atlanta Dream on Sunday, May 28th, in a battle of the 2 most recent number 1 selections. Kurt Miller, now head coach of the Los Angeles Spark, returns to Uncasville to take on the Connecticut Sun for the first time on Sunday, August 27th. Las Vegas and Connecticut, who faced off against one another in the 2022 WNBA Finals, will meet 3 times: Tuesday, June 6th, Thursday, June 8th in Connecticut, and on Saturday, July 1st in Las Vegas. A couple of key dates: WNBA All-Star 2023, the 19th All-Star game in league history, will be played Saturday, July 15th. More information, including this year's location, is still forthcoming. The Commissioner's Cup and in-season tournament, pitting conference rivals against each other during the first half. During the first half of the regular season, will return for its 3rd season. The 10 Design Cups, and I don't really want to hear about that right now. But, hold on, I'm trying to see something. Let's see what the people saying real quick. Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I think it ain't really nobody reacting like that. Most of the WNBA teams phoned in on their schedule reveals. The Aces, the reigning champs, simply posting the calendar when they could have made a video centered fully around the culture of Vegas. Slot machines landed on Peaches with a payout. Let me know when you have the 2023 schedule available. The 2023 Seattle Storm, people ain't really saying nothing. I wish 3-time WNBA champion Detroit Shock had a schedule to release today. WNBA's schedule dropping made my entire day. Can't wait to be supporting the Phoenix Mercury courtside all season. It's a lot of people hoping for, old teams to come back. I ain't really seeing some highlights. The season opener versus Stephanie White's former team. Nobody care about that shit. WNBA increase. Yeah, it's still early, so it ain't really that much reaction. This is such a great schedule. It's not. I'm not saying the full schedule, but like the first, they could have did better with that. The first, 2 days. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's not too much reaction yet But let me know what y'all think in the comments. The W really made that tweet just to announce a schedule, and I was here thinking my prayer. I was in prayer. The closest Kathy was getting replaced. See you again real soon, Kathy, and answer my emails. But, Indiana really pushing Henny in our faces. I can't wait till they push her on the court too. Unlimited minutes. She's getting all this gym time. We love it. Vegas will love it too. Let me see. Anything on my time. Yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all happy with this new WNBA schedule? Y'all think they could have did better? Am I tripping when I say they could have waited until after free agency? Or y'all cool with it right now? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all go buy them tickets. And we'll see y'all in May.